No. Billy, pull him. As you can tell by my previous outcries for help, I've had trouble, watching the Oklahoma City Thunder play because, of their uber talented low IQ point guard, the Brody himself, Russell Westbrook. However, I do believe that if there ever was a year for the Thunder to capitalize on the sleeping West, it's this year. After being knocked out in the first round last year, after being a dark horse favorite, many analysts and pundits, they just don't have them in high regard. And I personally don't think that they're guaranteed championship material, but after watching them, I've been watching them recently this year, I am very pleased with their steady growth with the departure of the Pillsbury Doughboy Carmelo Anthony. Now, I'm sure a few of you are wondering why in the hell I believe that OKC has even any remote shot this year at a deep run. And I'll tell you what, it's more than just simple addition by subtraction. In basketball, you have teams that have really good records, they just have one team that just has their number due to matchup issues. It's just, that's how it is. The OKC Thunder are that for Golden State. They're a defensive nightmare for Golden State, and here's why. When Russell Westbrook is locked in and he's not on his triple-double hunting spree, hunting for cheap rebounds, he is one of the best defensive guards in the league and can harass even someone like Curry for an entire game. When Roberson is healthy, he is a defensive engine that just cannot stop running, and he just keeps his body in front of defenders. He's pesky. Paul George is the team's defensive stud, and he's got the most savviness on defense. I'm not gonna lie, he's a savant on defense, man. Dude uses a lot of high IQ to obtain steals and cut off passing lanes to a player like KD. And a lot of this comes from his physical set, but his physical tool set with his long reach and quick muscle fibers, quick twitch muscle fibers and stuff like that. But dude has a very high IQ when it comes to defense. Jeremy Grant is an athletic and active hands and feet guy. He just won't allow Draymond to get off easy passes and grab boards. All right. When Steven Adams is locked in, he's a great help defender and he's a strong paint presence. That's just the starting five. Okay, OKC, they have a lot of high energy, long wings that can run with the best of them when the pace picks up. And the defense from last year, has improved from 10th to 4th this year. And they still don't even have Roberson back. Now, offensively speaking, I do believe that Russ needs the ball out of his hands more. But I believe that he is turning a new page. Just look at this play. My brother, instead of doing his same old tomahawk jam, he decided to preserve his knees and do the simple layup that counts for the same amount of points as the dunk. Russell's recent injury pileup has been showing him his own mortality and how close he really is to the end. As an athletic point guard, look, let's be real, he won't have the benefit that LeBron has, where he can rely upon the post game to ride into the sunset. He's 6'3", it just won't happen. If he doesn't change, some tendencies, then his career will be over soon. He realizes this and is starting to play with, more within the offense. He's not saying he's just gone cold turkey and he's just playing like Mike Conley out here, but he's starting to play more within the offense. To give an example of how Russ is adjusting, how he should adjust, Isaiah Thomas, when in his prime, he was a violent scorer. Dude got buckets, okay? And he could put up about 27, 28 points per game in a season, but it wasn't until his points per game dropped to about 22, 18 in that region is when his team started winning championships. This is what's going on with Russ, right now, as he is averaging about 22.8 points per game, which is lower than Paul George's 23.2. But this is a step in the right direction for us. Also, let this be known: PG-13 is a monster, all right, and he really he should be the alpha on this team. Just remember that he was the leader of two teams that fell short of the finals by 1 game and 2 games the next year to Mr. LeBron James and the Heatles. Just look at a game like last night against the Nets. That man, he gets buckets, okay? Paul George gets buckets, and he loves playing with Russ. And, he's honestly better for Russ than KD personality-wise. Now, I know Russ has been gone for a while, and, his averages are down, but just remember that this is Mr. 30-point triple-double that we're talking about, and he's really been cutting back on the selfish play if you've been watching the games. Now, he's not completely changed, like I said before, but he's cutting back on it. OKC, they're also filled with great hustling role players like Dennis Schroeder, Nerlens Noel, and Patrick Patterson, who all bring something unique to the table. So offensively speaking, Billy Donovan, he really should be able to put something together that can work for this team. My prediction for the OKC Thunder is that if Russell Westbrook can tighten up on his point guard play, and Billy Donovan can implement an offense that works for everybody, which really isn't that hard to do. I could do another video explaining how to do so. I probably will be doing that. But just in case people think that I'm going wild, my prediction, let's just say, I just wanted to put that out there right now. But I predict that Golden State, if they face OKC with just one of their stars gone, just one, doesn't have to be anybody, you know, off the top of the top, you know, Steph Curry or Kevin Durant. It could just be Draymond, it could be Clay. The Warriors will lose in about 6 to 7 games. Now, if you think I'm going wild, let me bring up some stats for you guys, because I know some people like the stats. You know, since acquiring PG-13 last year, these two teams are 3-3 when facing each other, and they've had an average score of 107.17 to 103.67 in favor of OKC. Now, while you could wave this off as OKC just wanting it more during the regular season than arresting Golden State, understand, for many of these meetings, at least one All-Star was missing from action, whether it's for OKC or Golden State, as well as Carmelo Anthony being a black hole on defense, forcing it to collapse almost on every single one of Golden State's possessions. So they're really about even out. While I don't think that Billy Donovan is the right coach for this squad, I do believe that he can implement an offense there that utilizes PG-13 and Steven Adams more, as well as running more action using Dennis off the bench, who is an explosive 6-man scorer. OKC truly, you know, in my opinion, they really do need a coach who can handle superstar personality. Someone like a Larry Brown. You know, Larry Brown, quite honestly, he designed a system that maximized Allen Iverson to a finals berth. Just imagine what he could do with AI 2.0. You know, Russell Westbrook's got a bigger body, more physical gifts, and more talent around him as well. Now, while I know Larry Brown is like 80, I just threw his name out there because a coach like him is what OKC needs to maximize their squad. To be honest with you, Frank Vogel, former Indiana Pacers head coach, will probably be the perfect fit for this team because he knows how to create a defensive nightmare rotation, as well as a good offense to run night in and night out. If I'm OKC, I'm firing Billy D and I'm hiring Frankie V, okay? Because this is the man who engineered 2 Indiana teams that went to the Eastern Conference Finals and went 7 games the first time and 6 games the second time with the Miami Heat. Oh yeah, PG-13 was also their best player. Right, so then that was one of his players. So Frank Vogel, you know, he's definitely the man for this job, and this needs to happen sooner rather than later, because I just don't think Billy Donovan can handle Russell Westbrook as a personality and sit him when necessary, or pull him to the side and show him the insides of the game. Somehow like how Mike Budenholzer did for Giannis in terms of showing him the little idiosyncrasies and the intricacies of the game. Just in case you all missed it, a couple weeks ago I did a 2K video where I highlighted that I use OKC as one of my go-to teams because of the matchup problems that they bring, along with their best players' skill sets. They just go very well together. This is a team that's just, you know, just waiting on the right leader, and they're just never going to be able to win with a coach who throws away the game plan to appease his best players when things aren't going to plan. Those are my thoughts on the Thunder. I do see them making a run, and understand that I do know this is the Warriors world and everyone else is just living in it right now, but things do happen. The Warriors have played, basically this year they're probably playing an extra season in comparison to everyone else due to how much postseason play they've had due to attrition and chemistry issues. Along with injury bugs, we may see a new head arise out of the West, and it just may be coming from those boys in Oklahoma. Alright, so definitely subscribe and comment your thoughts. As always, don't be mad at me, be mad at yourself for being an underachiever. Play the outro.